Hello, and welcome to OJ Studios. Please enjoy today's chapter of The Summer Switch by Olivia Julius.
Chapter 5. I opened the closet door with a sigh, already knowing what I'd find. Sure enough, hanging neatly on the rack was a single outfit, a pink cotton nightgown with a little lace trim and a pair of plain white underwear folded on the shelf below. No pajamas. No sweatpants. Not even a t-shirt. Just one girly option, as if Abuela herself had whispered to the closet, "Make it embarrassing." I groaned, tugging at the hem of my floral dress. Do you think she'll ever let me wear pants in this body? Behind me, the other closet creaked open. Marie, or rather, Emily, since she was already leaning into her teenage persona again, held up a set of silky pajamas meant for a 15-year-old. She gave a helpless shrug. "I wouldn't count on it," she said. "Mom always did love her little games." "Games?" I asked, stripping down reluctantly and wriggling into the nightgown. The lace tickled my shoulders, the fabric swishing around my knees. "You mean this insanity has happened before?" Emily nodded, slipping into her pajamas. "All the time, actually. She and Linda used to drag me into it. One weekend I'd be 6, the next I'd be 18. It was a thing." I nearly tripped over my Mary Janes trying to kick them off. "So this is, what, normal? For you?" "Normalish," she admitted, climbing onto the bed. "Fun, though. Especially as a kid. Linda and I used to look forward to it." I frowned, pulling the nightgown over my head. "Fun? I'm a grown man stuffed into a lacy 10-year-old body again. Nothing about this is fun." Emily smirked, tucking her legs under her. "Maybe not for you? But for us? It was like playing dress up with magic. Sometimes I'd be a little boy, sometimes a girl. Once, Mom even made Linda Abuela for a weekend. That got my attention. I sat on the bed, crossing my arms. "Wait! You've been a boy before?" "Sure," she said casually, picking up a brush from the nightstand. "A few times. It wasn't bad. I just prefer being a girl. Prettier clothes, more fun. Like at prom, I didn't want to wear a suit and tie when I could wear a pretty dress and heels." I slumped onto the bed with a groan. I cannot believe I got shanghaied into being a girl again. Emily chuckled softly. "You'll survive." She patted her lap. "Come here." I gave her a look. "Seriously?" "Sit," she ordered. With a sigh, I shuffled up the bed and plopped myself between her legs, back against her chest. The brush slid gently through my dark hair, tugging out tangles I hadn't even realized were there. The rhythm was soothing in spite of myself. For a few minutes, neither of us spoke. Just the quiet scrape of the brush and the hum of the cicadas outside. Finally, I muttered, "You really don't mind this, do you?" Emily smiled, her voice warm. "I told you. I've been through it before. It's just part of who Mom is. You'll get used to it." I wasn't so sure. But as the brush worked through my hair and the nightgown swished softly against my legs, I realized there was no fighting it tonight. I was Allison again. And tomorrow, the real week would begin. Once Emily was satisfied that my hair was smooth and tangle-free, she set the brush aside and leaned back against the pillows. I flopped sideways onto the bed beside her, the nightgown swishing as I moved. For a moment, it felt almost normal. Just us, lying in bed after a long, exhausting day. Except one of us was 15 again, and the other was a 10-year-old girl who still couldn't believe she was stuck in tights. I let out a long sigh. I can't believe this is my life now. Again. Emily chuckled softly. "It's not forever, you know. Just a week." "A week is forever when you're wearing lace," I grumbled, tugging at the hem of the nightgown. She laughed quietly, then shifted so we were facing each other. In the dim light, she looked uncannily like the teenage version of Marie I remembered from our old high school photos. Same smile, same sparkle in her eyes. It was surreal. And kind of unfair. "You're taking this way too seriously," she said gently. "Maybe try to see it for what it is, a second childhood. A chance to just be. No bills. No work. No responsibilities. I raised an eyebrow. No responsibilities? I just got spaghetti dumped on me in public and had to eat a cheeseburger the size of a saltine. That's not freedom. That's punishment. She smirked. You'll live. I stared at her for a moment, then muttered, you know what's the worst part? What? You're actually enjoying this. Her smirk widened. Maybe a little. We both laughed quietly then, the sound muffled into the pillows. Eventually, silence settled over us. Emily's breathing slowed, her eyes fluttering shut. I lay there staring at the ceiling, the nightgown tugging at my shoulders, my hair tickling my cheek. Tomorrow, I thought. Tomorrow the real nightmare starts. But for tonight, it was just us. Two ridiculous, mismatched versions of ourselves, lying side by side, trying to pretend it was normal. And in a strange way, it almost was. Emily shifted onto her side and reached for me, pulling me close against her. I fit easily into her arms now, the nightgown bunching up as I curled against her chest. She chuckled softly, brushing a strand of hair from my face. You're so small, she murmured, almost in wonder. I tilted my head back to look at her. She really did look like the Maria I'd fallen for decades ago, except now, she was my teenage wife, and I was, well, her 10-year-old husband. The thought alone almost made me laugh. Instead, I smiled up at her and said, well, maybe next time, let me know where the bigger ages were. That way we could have been closer in age. Emily snorted, then laughed outright. Deal! The sound of our laughter filled the quiet room, silly and warm, like a secret only we shared. And for the first time that night, I didn't feel quite so embarrassed. Emily squeezed me gently, her smile soft in the dim light. For a moment, it almost felt like we were just us again, even if everything about our bodies screamed otherwise. I tilted my head, and she leaned down. Our lips met in the quickest, lightest kiss, sweet, silly, and just enough to make us both laugh softly afterward. Good night, Allison, she whispered. Good night, Emily, I murmured back, smiling against the pillow. And just like that, wrapped up in her arms, I let my eyes close. Within minutes, the exhaustion of the day pulled me under, and we both drifted off to sleep.